Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couch of the Dead. And today we spun the wheel o' horror and it came up Dolly.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead. And we are
back.
back. So, like I said, we didn't go to the theaters this weekend. We decided we were going to pick from one of a couple movies on Shudder, and well, we picked this one, and I'm pretty mixed about it. But before we get into this movie,
What is the creepy cocktail of the day? I am having a Nope. I'm having a strawberry daiquiri, and I forgot the brand that I'm using, but that's what I'm having.
and I'm going to my the old reliable, my Balatin chocolate peanut butter vodka. I haven't had it in a while. That stuff is good. Send me money, please.
Send us money,
because
Balatin.
I'm putting your freaking kids through college. So send me money.
Before we get to tonight's movie, Dolly, you mentioned that we were looking through Shudder basically, and there were a couple of new titles that we were kind of toying with the idea of reviewing. One was Heresy, which we might do, we might not, I don't know. But the other one is Devil in Silver or something.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, and it's a new horror series, so I am
looks
very
like it's a series. So
yeah, I'm very interested in seeing what that is about. But speaking of series, are you guys watching From? The new season is out, season 4.
4.
Man, we don't do TV shows reviews in our podcast, but we are this close because that series is amazing, and is every week is like we're glued. It's so good. If you haven't gone and seen it, go. Prime has season 1 to 3 for free if you're a Prime member.
And before you go and watch anything in your home on streaming, go down to Blandon, PA, and go to Kitt's Cafe and Gandalf's Garden and get yourself some coffee, some smoothies, book some time in the cat room, and maybe adopt a cat. They got some great. I just had a chocolate. What did I have? Chocolate croissant today. Croissant. It was really good. They got some good stuff.
Yeah. They also have a lot of cute gifts. If you're a plant lover, cat lover, coffee shop lover.
They got tons of merch.
Yep.
Swag.
Yeah. But the cats is the best of that place. I just love going and see the cats, even if I go see them through the glass. And yeah, I go a little obnoxious when I'm over there. I'm like, oh my God, look at that one. Oh my God, I love him.
So yeah, Kitt's Cafe and Gandalf Garden. So, go give them a look if you're in the Blandon, Pennsylvania area. It's definitely different, definitely cool, going to be worth the trip, even if you're just passing through.
Yeah.
So
before we get into the movie.
Okay.
We got the twins.
Play with us, Daddy.
Yeah,
we got the twins.
We got our new twins, the Shining twins. We're going to give them some names. If you have some names,
they're the graded twins.
Give it. Well, yeah, but we're going to make them our own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have names?
Yeah.
We'll take names.
So if you have some names for like Ebony and Ivory, although they're both the same color.
hopefully you saw us on TikTok live.
Uh-huh.
We did a little bit of a behind the scenes TikTok live, and it was our first one. Let us know if it was cringy or if it was fun.
We're learning.
Yeah. Oh, because we surpassed 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Thank you guys
Thank you
so
for the
much.
love. Now, can you just follow us on YouTube?
Okay, well,
Follow us on YouTube right here.
they're not going to follow us on
Subscribe.
YouTube if we don't review the movie.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Share, everybody.
Share.
Share it.
We love you. So, what are we reviewing tonight again?
So we are reviewing 2025's Dolly, which I'm not going to lie, I just saw the picture on Shudder and I was like, okay, this looks like, and it was, I guess, the number one movie on Shudder,
Most
like
watched or
the
whatever.
most watched.
Mhm,
So we're like, yeah, let's give this a try and see what it's all
It
about.
was either that or Heresy.
And so this movie was directed by Rod Blackhurst, which sounds like a porn name. And like we said, you can find it on Shudder.
Cheddar.
And so I was kind of pleasantly surprised when the first guy I saw in this movie was Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Sean William Scott is, he's been in just about everything, but I know him from American Pie 2, Dude, Where's My Car,
Dude.
Road Trip, but his most important role that he has ever played in his life is Country Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
is Country
He was-
Mac.
He was Country Mac.
That was the performance
But
of
without
a
American
lifetime.
Pie, but seriously, dude can act. He got
So
some skills, and I haven't seen him in a while. In nothing.
well,
in a
that's
while.
because we always watch horror movies, and he really isn't in many horror movies.
Yeah.
This
You did good.
also stars, and I'm gonna butcher her name, and if you're
Yeah,
watching, I
that's a-
apologize. Fabian Therese.
Sure.
I think that's how you pronounce it. She was in a couple of movies I've seen. Southbound, which was an anthology, which was really good, and a really underrated little gem called Starry Eyes, which was a really cool movie, and I'm going to have to get her to watch it here because that was really good. Very disturbing. Also stars Ethan Suplee, and, okay, get ready for this, guys, Max the Impaler. If you're a wrestling fan, specifically NWA, you will know who Max the Impaler is.
They is
Interesting. These is big.
Is really big.
I think they have this person listed at 5'10", 240 pounds.
5'10" or 6'10"?
No, that's what it said. It said 5'10".
Really?
Yeah.
Not even 6 foot.
Five.
Bleh.
Sit what?
Not even 6 foot.
Anyway, so they are a wrestler or a former wrestler. I don't know. I don't watch
Big.
wrestling in the NWA. So, anywho,
Big.
First impressions of this movie are it did some stuff really well. Some really cool practical effects. They really tried going for it, and I would say I give it an A for effort and an A for intent, but like a C for execution. It was very tropey, and some of the stuff, and we're going to get into this in our spoilers, this movie could have had the movie title changed from Dolly to Bitch That Makes Really Poor Decisions in Horror Movies. Because most horror movies end up being horror movies because people make poor decisions, but this was just one poor decision after the other.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into this in our
impressions?
spoilers, and yeah, let's hear what your first impressions are.
First impressions for me, Dolly. I had high hopes, and they weren't completely shattered.
Lowered expectations.
Yeah. There are some things that definitely worked for me, but a lot of things that didn't work for me. So, it was fun. It was enjoyable, and I mean, I'll cover the things that I have issues with. But if you're looking for a fun slasher, yeah, it was okay. I think he wanted to be a little bit more, and just maybe didn't get.
It wanted to be
You
a
know,
lot deeper.
it wanted to be more of a grindhouse type movie. It just didn't really get quite there. But it's not too far. I mean, it's wasn't terrible.
It wasn't grindhouse. It was more like finely chopped house. Get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I say let's spoil this bitch.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, stop right now. So this movie started pretty interesting. Because the first thing we see is
Well,
the Dolly.
yeah, we see this large hulking Leatherface type person.
But not leather.
No.
Ceramic.
Well, we can't tell that from this shot. We see her from
No.
behind, and this large hulking
Very
figure
big.
is rocking back and forth on the edge of a bed, and behind it we see the buzzing of flies. It's like, Vigo, you're like the buzzing of flies to him, and Ghostbusters too.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a decapitated body laying on the bed. And this large hulking thing is very disturbed, very upset by this. And so now we've set up our villain pretty much immediately.
It was a good setup. It was a very good setup.
It was, but to me
Disturbing.
it was already kind of tropey already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing I noticed was that the flies didn't seem very real. It really did look CGI.
Then there's
that
not much CGI in this movie at all. But when it's there, you definitely notice it. Yeah.
But then now we are in the woods, and we see a little girl and this other woman. What we think is a mom, but it is not.
No, well, they're dropping off their daughter,
girl,
and
yes.
we see Sean William Scott as Chase,
Mm-hmm.
and Fabian Therese as Macy, and they are
They're a couple.
They're a couple. He's dropping his daughter off with a woman to babysit because they're gonna go hiking. Chase and Macy, and he's gonna propose to her.
Mm-hmm.
He
they have a little
reveals
quick
that.
talk. Him and the woman, aunt, whatever, not important. They're having a little quick talk about it, and at the same time, Macy's having a quick talk with her girlfriend
on FaceTime.
on FaceTime.
And it is quick to note that this film is shot in 16 millimeter.
Yes.
And so it has a very gritty, like late 60s, early 70s vibe.
Yeah. But then she
kind
pulls
of
out the technology,
kind of until you're on an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. But it did look really good.
It did.
Yeah.
And but she's FaceTiming her friend, basically saying like, I kind of think he's gonna propose to me. And
I don't know if I can do this.
She's
I
like,
never wanted to be
but
a mom.
yeah, I didn't want to be. And this is my first thing that questions a lot of stuff in this movie. I'm like, if you didn't want to be a mom, why'd you get involved with a guy with a kid?
Yeah.
Like, there were times I was yelling at the TV throughout this movie. I'm like, well, then why did you date a guy with a kid if you don't want to be a mom?
Yes, but things don't always happen like that. Like, they could have gone out a few times before he felt comfortable enough to say, hey, by the way, I have a daughter.
Look, if I didn't want to be a dad, I'd have drowned my kids in the river. Just saying.
Okay, they are alive.
If you're watching this, guys, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving forward, they're going to hike. They're going to wherever, and I believe this was filmed in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Can
I
you
butchered
can
that.
you say that again? Chattanooga?
No, I can't say it.
Chattanooga?
Yes, that one.
Chattanooga. So they park their car, and you get a little sense that they're a very playful couple because he goes to get open the trunk and he doesn't have the keys, and they have an old Mustang. So if you're old enough, you'll remember when cars had two sets of keys, one for the door and one for the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she's hiding the keys, and she's like, "Ha ha ha! I had him the whole time. Hee hee hee." So we're they're they have a good relationship. They have a solid
Yeah.
relationship. They're playful. They're friendly.
Yeah.
It's light. It's playful.
Yeah. So they're going in this hike, and we first encounter the first moment when she sees some dolls on trees.
So now this is the first of many bad decisions because they're hiking through the woods and they see dolls just tacked up on trees all over the place. Like not just one, like oh, and she picks up one of the dolls and goes, "This doll looks just like me," and she goes, "This doll looks just like you," and this is us. And he's like, you're freaking stupid. Shut up.
He didn't say that.
No,
But
but
he's
he
like, don't take them. And she's like, but I want to take him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then in the end, she doesn't take them. But if it wasn't for him, she would have. She would have.
In the meantime, our hulking figure is carrying the decapitated body out to the very same woods that our two hikers are in. Our hulking figure places said body in a gigantic hole in the middle of the woods surrounded by dolls.
I think at this point we see the face or the doll face.
Yeah, a little bit, and it's this gigantic porcelain mask with a doll's eye in for one eye, and then just
And the
kind of
other one
like
is a little
blackness on the other. You really can't tell.
And it almost seemed like it was like decapitated.
Well,
If-
my first
if a-
question was, how did this thing get a ceramic head over top of its own human head? But whatever. Okay, we're going to suspend disbelief. It's a horror movie. You have to suspend disbelief. So at this point, I'm still suspending disbelief until.
Yeah.
So
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section.
Okay.
until they are I guess two protagonists, you would say, Chase and Macy.
Oh.
They get to the
top
clearing,
of-
and it's
yeah.
like a cliff, and it's a beautiful view.
Beautiful view.
And you're thinking, this is where he's gonna propose, and
And
he's
I
like,
think he was also thinking that.
he's like, I used to hike here when I was a kid, and yada yada yada. So he goes into his bag, and he's like, I want to take a picture. And he decides, he's taking her picture, and he goes into his bag and he looks at the ring and opens it up and puts it back in. And he's going to propose until we hear some creepy music coming from the woods because Dolly, that's what I'm going to call it now,
Well, yeah.
our hulking figure,
Yeah.
Dolly.
Her name is
Well,
it's a Dolly.
well, no, not really.
Well, we don't have
kind
a
of.
name, but we
But
will
anyway,
call her Dolly.
Turns on this little toy radio that's being held by one of the dolls in the woods, and they apparently hear this music. So again, bad decision. You know what?
Should we make
maybe
a
we
list?
get a bad decision counter in this movie
Ding.
because bad decision number one is that Chase
Going into the woods without a weapon?
Chase decides that he's gonna go investigate, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You stay here, and I'm gonna go investigate."
And if that would have been me, I'm like, no. You ain't going anywhere.
Yeah,
No. Like, no. Don't. Why? And if you're going to investigate, then let's both of us go together. We are not splitting. You're not abandoning me in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, so let's move a little bit faster than this because he goes and investigate, and my first question was, how far is this toy? And why can you hear it all the way over there? Like, it seemed far enough. Like, and when they finally show like this toy, it's like a radio toy. I'll see if I can find a picture. It looks like from the 1980s.
No, it's older than that.
Okay,
Like
1975, whatever. How is it still working and
Well, if you take care
still
of it.
loud enough to hear it out there? But did you see the condition of the toy? It
Uh-huh.
did not look like it could still be playing. If anything, it would be playing like, you know how those, when you have a battery operated toy, not a bob, and it goes. Any like the music or the sound goes, you know, this sounds kind of scary and ghosty. That's probably what it would have sounded like.
So, anywho, he stumbles upon our villain Dolly, who is a gigantic, menacing, hulking figure with a
Massive.
ceramic head
And a shovel in the head.
and a big red and white stained dress, standing next to a hole in the ground, surrounded by dolls. And what does Chase do instead of turn and run his ass back to the clearing? Bad decision number 2. He walks up to Dolly and says, "Are you okay?"
Hey, are you okay?
So when the thing doesn't move, bad decision number 3, he goes up and touches it on the shoulder. And Dolly turns around. Now, this is when the movie should have been renamed If You Had a Gun, This Movie Would Be Over. But, anywho, Dolly turns around, grabs his punk ass by the neck, and we do hear a little bit of crunching. So, Dolly incapacitates Chase, and Chase is laying on the ground, gasping for breath. Now,
It almost looked like, I mean, it sounded like it really made some damage.
go
on
ahead,
the
say.
trachea. What?
You were close.
Windpipe.
Hey, that's better.
There you go. Yeah. And he's obviously he's like
The
on the ground,
trachea and Catachuca.
and he's like, gasping for air and not able to like really scream, and so Dolly takes
A shovel.
a shovel and shoves it.
Well, this was kind of cool because Dolly takes the shovel and puts it like right by his knee.
Oh yeah.
And doesn't like come swinging down and hit it. Like Dolly digs a proper hole, puts the shovel there, puts her foot up on it and crunch down, and he screams. And then while his mouth's open, she moves the shoulder up by his mouth and drives it into his mouth, separating his lower jaw from his upper jaw, which was a really cool kill.
Yeah.
Well, you think it's a kill. This is the spoiler section. You think it's the kill.
I mean, it should have.
So you think right now at this point Chase is dead, and Macy now is like, Chase, where are you? So she's going to decide to investigate. Now this isn't a bad decision because she's looking for her boyfriend because she wants that ring. That's what this whole movie was about. Was this bitch wanted her diamond.
Ring.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So she goes to investigate, and she stumbles upon Dolly.
Well, she did. She does see the boyfriend, like, without the jaw, and she's horrified. But before she can do anything, Dolly gets, chokes her and lifts her up.
Well, and then Dolly lets her back down, and she starts running away.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts running away, and here's
she does?
well, it's the tropiest trope that ever troped, because she's running away, and of course she trips and hits her head, unconscious, and Dolly then
Takes her.
summarily abducts her.
Next thing we know,
Well, now right now at this point, it was a bit of a shock to see the guy who you thought was probably going to be the protagonist in this movie, quote unquote, killed so early. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as he died, I knew what this movie was going to turn into. I knew it was going to be Dolly abducts the girl to be a doll. I knew. I knew.
Okay,
I've
so
seen enough
now,
of these
so
movies.
now
I knew.
Macy wakes up, and she is in a bed, and she's dressed.
She's in a crib.
Oh, a crib, and she's dressed like a doll,
She's in a white, like, baby doll kind of.
like not a sexy
Not,
baby doll.
not a teddy baby doll.
No,
Yeah, like
no.
a really
Like
unsexy.
a
I mean, it
really-
depends on what you're into. It might be sexy.
It wasn't sexy, and she gets up. She's in this room by herself, and she's like, "Hello," and then she hears a voice, a male voice.
Well, she tries to get out, and the door's locked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So then she hears a male voice, and the male voice says, "Be quiet, be quiet." Like she can hear everything, and so and play along, play along. But Macy is not. She's not getting it, and the door opens, and here comes rolling into the room that she's in, a baby stroller with a baby doll.
Like an old timey baby stroller.
Right, like Rosemary's Baby
Yeah.
kind of a stroller. And she sees the baby stroller roll in, and no one else is coming in through the door. And she's like, okay, I'll play. And she pushes the stroller out, rolls out back at the door. And this is the first time that I'm thinking, ugh. This did not, no, because now comes the stroller back in.
The stroller rolls back on its own.
And the baby doll now.
Now you
is-
got to remember, she's looking at the stroller
right
the
at the
whole
stroller,
time.
like the whole time. The door is open. She sees the stroller as she rolls it. She pushes it and rolls out. But when the stroller comes back in, the baby doll is facing down like this.
Its
and
head's
then
down, yeah.
The head's down. And then when she pushes the doll back up, the doll has like
Its face is all messed up.
faces
And I'm like,
missing the
yeah.
eyes and the mouth.
And
I'm
it's like, when did this happen? She was looking. The thing was just sitting
Right
out
at
in the
it.
hallway. How?
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 How? So obviously she's frightening and she's screaming, and here comes Dolly. And Dolly is basically picking her up. Like, oh no. Before she picks her up, Macy is just standing there, like really frightening, and she pees like on herself. And Dolly kind of acts like not upset, but kind of, I don't know, like, oh, I gotta clean this. And she picks up Macy like a freaking doll, because this Dolly is massive. She picks her up and takes her downstairs and puts her, like, lays her on the dining room table, like she's about to change her diaper.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman is like, no. And so Dolly puts a freaking binky, or pacifier, however you like to call it, in her mouth, and again tries to change her diaper.
So this stuff was kind of like, this was pretty cool because
Yeah,
this stuff
yeah.
was just like so nasty and filthy.
Oh yeah, everything, everything.
And at one point, well, then she decides that she's going to feed her.
Oh God!
And
Oh,
she
that was
brings
so
out,
gross.
yeah. And she brings out this nasty baby bottle.
No, well, first she tried to feed her from like a bowl, and I'm like, ugh. And he's like, oh no, it's just baby food. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Baby food's not bad.
No, I don't think it was baby food. And if it was baby food, I don't think it was current. So, Macy is like, well, actually, so she put Macy, she squeezes her into
the
a
high
high
chair.
chair, which is one of those like 1960s, like metal You know?
All this is taking place in a really gigantic house in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. And it's a very filthy, gross house. Anyway, so yeah, she tries to feed her baby food, and she's like, Dolly is like, golly, maybe. Well, Dolly never speaks, but she goes to the refrigerator and goes and gets her a baby bottle, and that's when she tries to feed her a baby bottle. And by now, Macy is kind of catching on that maybe I should
Well,
obey.
on one hand, she's like, I just got to play along to survive. But on the other hand, she's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah. But
And
eventually she takes the bottle, and obviously it's really, really gross. So she ends up throwing up the baby bottle, whatever she drank. And then this Dolly thing, she takes out her humongous man boob. Because I'm sorry, but that did not look like a woman's boob.
what do you? It was absolutely a woman's boob.
It
It was not a. I've seen some big man boobs. That is not a man.
It was.
She
It was
takes
a
out
disgusting boob.
a gigantic titty,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
like down to her
like
waist
an otter.
titty.
Like a cow's udder.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she is offering her the boob. And eventually Macy takes it.
Mhm.
But this is actually a good thinking of Macy, but not a good follow up. The good thinking was to, bite and rip off the, but the not good follow through is do something about it while Dolly is down in pain.
So there were a couple times because at one point, I think before that, she stabs her too with a very small pocket
Like
knife.
a pocket knife. Yeah.
And
But there's
Dolly
no
Dolly
follow-through.
loses like a ton of blood and is sitting there just on the floor.
And Macy does nothing.
She
Just
does
kind
nothing.
Of tries to run
Tries
away.
to run away, and for like the first out of like 10 million times, turns her back to this thing and gets blindsided. But so Dolly is not happy at this point and decides that she's going to give Macy a paddling.
Paddling.
And it's this big wooden paddling. And she's like, talking back, that's paddling.
Talking out of turn, that's a paddling. Looking out the window, that's a paddling.
She gets her over the dining room table and she is paddling the fuck out of her. I mean,
Now-
it sounds nasty.
Some of me was like, ooh, I feel kind of funny.
Maisie was not enjoying it. I wish
Or maybe she was.
the camera would have focused on the actual paddling and not her face. Like, they could have really gone away with some.
You're like, this
gnarly-
was not nearly sexual enough.
It has nothing to do with sexual. I think it could have been a really gnarly shot if it was focused on the actual paddling and the.
So in
Yeah.
the meantime, we go back to the woods now.
And guess who's
And
awake?
we find out that Chase is alive and with his lower jaw still hanging.
Like,
from him.
really hanging.
And he gets up to try and walk.
Well, he
and,
can because his
and
knee.
realizes that, his knee's been shoveled.
And then he passes out again. But honestly,
No way.
he should have been
No
dead.
way
I don't
dude
care.
would still be alive.
No, because even if it didn't sever like a major artery or something like that, the loss of blood would have been enough to kill him. Yeah, there, I said it, and no.
So he starts Well, he passes out a little bit, but then he comes to again and starts crawling his way to the house, which he has no idea where it is.
Yeah.
But he's on his way.
How? How did he? You know. And this is what that's what we mean. Like, yeah, this movie had some cool stuff, but some very off the wall plausibility. Like, there is no way. How would he even find where Maisie was? No. Okay, so moving on. We are back at the house, and
Well, Macy, after she bites off the boob.
well, she got the paddle.
Yeah, but she does briefly escape,
Mm.
and we hear the voice in the other room again, basically going, "Did you get the key?
Yeah.
Did you get the key?"
He did say something about a key and in how it should be in her little play area down in the basement. And I'm thinking, okay, wait. How does he know this?
So Macy goes down into the basement,
Mm-hmm.
to which we only know that there's one entrance. And she does see, it's a cool shot where she sees a doll on a chair
Mhm.
with the decapitated head of the body that we saw earlier,
I mean,
buried
we
in
can
the woods.
assume-
Well, yeah, you would think.
Well,
Um,
and that was a cool shot.
It was a
Mhm.
really cool shot. But
There's
but
more
of,
dolls downstairs.
but of course, there's the key that gets into every room in this house
silver key.
around this, on a necklace
Mhm.
around this thing's head. And I'm thinking, if you were a captor, wouldn't you just keep the key on you
On you.
or keep it hidden a little better?
Yeah.
So she's getting ready to get this key. And here pops up Dolly, who
Yeah.
magically just
How?
appears in the basement.
How?
Yeah. I'm like, where the hell did this thing come from? Like, it made no sense.
So that's impossibility number what?
I don't know, 3,000?
Yeah. So somehow Dolly is there, and obviously Macy runs off, and Dolly goes after, and I believe they end up.
Well, this is when Dolly captures her and rips her ear off.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolly
They end up in the room upstairs.
Yeah, back up in the nursery.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolly is, well, first of all, Macy's like, "What the hell did you do to me?" Like, "I got no ear." Like, "What, you think you're Mike Tyson?" Ha! If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolly's sitting on a rocking chair, and
And
Dolly's
she
like,
goes like
"Come on
this.
here." Like,
Mhm.
patting,
Well, she doesn't talk, but
patting her lap, going like, "Come on over, it's just sit down."
and Macy figures out, okay, I better play along,
Mm-hmm.
and she does.
Mm-hmm.
She plays along, and she goes on her lap and she cries, and then we get a really cool shot of Dolly kind of sewing.
Well, with a big needle and
Big needle.
yarn, and sews Macy's ear back on, and Macy's just like, ah. I'm thinking, you'd be
No.
fucking screaming.
You will probably go into shock
probably
because
pass
they do
out.
show that the part over here between the your face and the ear is like
In the
separated.
face.
Yeah. So whatever. Also there was no disinfecting the area.
Well, I think we're way past that. And so Dolly, well,
And so-
you presume that Macy probably passes out,
Yeah,
and
at some
Dolly
point,
falls asleep
Dolly
because
falls asleep.
Macy wakes up and she's still on
Well,
Dolly's
it's
lap.
daylight, so we assume that it's the next day.
They had a good sleep.
Yeah, a good nappy together. Aw, mommy and Dolly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she comes to and sees that Dolly is still asleep and actually snoring. So she gets up, but she also sees that she's Dolly's still carrying the.
Conveniently, Dolly has the key around her neck.
Of course.
She didn't just put it in her pocket or
No.
throw it somewhere. Nope, she
fits-
puts it right around her neck.
perfectly around your neck. It's an accessory. So she takes it off, and somehow Dolly didn't wake up. Okay, let's just, And instead of leaving, by the way, several times she tried to leave by the front door, and the front door was chained with a big, like, 2x4.
It was a 2x4.
But it was glass. The door was glass.
And there was many times I'm like, just throw the high chair through the glass. You could have gotten out about 10 times by now.
But anyway,
if you wouldn't keep turning your back on your gigantic cap door.
Yeah. So with her key, and she's about to leave, but then she walks by the mysterious room, and she hears someone say something.
Like, oh, you're still alive.
Yeah.
She hears this voice. Oh, you're still alive.
So she decides to open the freaking door to
Well,
this new room.
I guess if you're being held captive, you would assume that somebody else maybe. Like, that wasn't necessarily a bad decision.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Initially, it wasn't a bad decision.
I will leave and then ask for help.
I hope I wouldn't be the guy chained in there.
No, you don't want to.
I'd be like, oh my God, she left
me.
me.
So she goes into the room, and it's completely dark, and the guy says, or the voice of a man says, oh, there should be a flashlight on the floor.
Conveniently.
So she finds it. She's flashing the flashlight to him, and it's a guy. It's an older guy, and he's chained to, like, something, because they don't really show.
Well, he's chained to the wall, you'd presume.
He's just chained. And he says, just give me the key and we'll get out of here or something. And immediately my spidey senses, I'm like, no.
This girl has no intuition whatsoever.
Zero survival instincts. Instead of undoing the chain, she does give him. And she's looking around with a flashlight and sees another guy dead. And he's like, the guy says, oh, that's my brother. He did this, to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, at this point, we kind of are led to believe that they are just capturers. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I kind of knew, like, he had something to do with it. Because he knew the key was down in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew with a flashlight.
He knew too much.
Yeah. So, sure enough, I mean, he did look a little bit like, I don't know. Like a Charles Manson.
He looked, if you've ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses, I think they were trying to go for Otis. Long stringy hair, beard, kind of thing like that. That it gave me Otis vibes.
Yeah,
and
I can see that. As soon as he's out of the chains.
As soon as he's out of the chains, he grabs her and puts her in a chokehold and puts a knife to her throat. And he's like, we're getting out of here. I'm using you to get out of here because only Dolly can lift the door bar because I'm not strong enough. Now, it's a freaking 2x4.
This guy looked massive as well.
Well, yeah, he was ripped too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, you can't lift the door bar?
One thing is that the movie is by chapters. So right before this, the chapter name was Father. So we kind of figured, okay, this must be Dad. And sure enough, when he is downstairs by the door, he starts talking like a dad. Hey, baby girl, come on down here. And
I got your doll down here. I'm going to cut her up if you don't come down here and open up this door bar.
Mm-hmm. So he does. Dolly doesn't come down, so he does cuts her face. And
makes her
she
scream.
Screams, and obviously that makes Dolly calm down. And so a fight ensues between them. Macy is
Wackiness ensues.
out of the grips, and the door is unlocked at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of booking it, nope. She decides to help the guy that just had her with a fucking blade against her.
And I know we're probably only at bad decision number 4 or something like that on our official counter.
Probably more.
But there's been a lot more bad decisions in this movie.
Yeah. So Dolly turns around after she gets stabbed by this little pocket knife. She turns around and the father, whatever his name is, tries to like fight Dolly off, and then Dolly turns around and now they're fighting. And instead of Macy making a run for it, no, she stays, and Dolly or the father's about to hit her, and then Dolly, all we see is the father figure right above Macy, and then we see what I can describe as a very bad CGI.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hole coming through the chest of the father figure.
Dolly punches entirely through her father's body.
Mm-hmm.
And just
and
the fist comes out here, and the CGI was just horrible.
They could have. I mean,
all the great practical effects in this movie.
They could have done better. They really could have. Now, right after that, it is a really, 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 really good shot, and is where Dolly is actually looking through the father's hole on the chest.
How's your whole family?
Dolly is looking through the father's hole in the chest right at Macy's. And that was beautiful.
Yeah, there were some good moments in this movie.
Absolutely. There were some really good shots, really good scenes, but the CGI on the dad's... No. After that, Dolly gets the shovel and just shoves the heck out of the dad's face. And you can tell it's, it's good practical effect.
Yeah. Just beats it to a pulp.
But then they really did bad CGI with the blood.
So, again, with another great decision, Macy takes off upstairs. Now, in the meantime, Chase is still crawling through the woods. Now, we're back up in the nursery, and we hear Chase with no lower jaw and
no way to connect the fucking
tongue yell, Macy! Perfectly. Everybody stops. She decides she's going to turn, and she just curls up in a ball and jumps out the window. And I'm thinking, you could have fucking done this in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, serious.
So now, all of a sudden, the movie turned into, like, instead of, like, that grindhouse feel vibe, it wants to go for that artsy vibe. As she's falling down from the second floor,
we see some weird cutscenes. And
really artsy. And it just didn't go with the rest of the movie. Like, if it was like that through and out, okay, I get it. But why now? It didn't connect with me.
Well, she jumps out she survives the fall, which it's only a 2-story fall.
Yeah. And the way that she did jump, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So she's out in the yard with Chase, and
she takes her sweet freaking time.
Is standing just having a conversation with him.
Whole conversation, like I saw the ring. Yes, I love you so much.
Yeah, and I'm thinking,
really?
No, the
right
first
now?
thing you do is turn around. Let's get the fuck out of here. Well, she finally says that.
Yeah.
But it's too late because here comes Dolly. Dolly finally. Well, we think we never actually see him die.
No.
But we presume that she finishes off Chase because she just rips the rest of his jaw off. But he's still blinking as he's like laying there, and I thought, oh, okay, he's closing his eyes. He's finally gonna die, but no, he blinks.
Yeah. So now finally we have Macy outside, and she gets up and she runs. Yay, Macy! Good
So
for
yep.
you.
She's
Without falling.
well.
Well.
She's running, and what does she do? Falls right into the fucking
Oh,
gigantic
right.
hole.
Humongous hole. Like, how do you not see that coming?
Surrounded by dolls.
Like, how do you
And
not
she
see that coming?
And she falls in.
Ah!
And she's like, oh my God, there's a decapitated body in here. And she's like, ah. And that's what freaks her out.
Yeah. And so, of course, Dolly comes to it. Yeah, no, this hole is surrounded by dollies. Which
And she fell into the hole, and the circle of dolls is not broken.
of course not.
And so she's in there, and of course now Dolly kind of has her trapped.
Uh-huh.
And
No, because Macy took forever to lay there.
well, yeah, she lingers a lot.
She does.
This movie should be called Protagonist Lingering. So here comes Dolly while Macy's in the pit, and I think Dolly is very upset because Macy is down in the pit with her decapitated mom, supposedly, I guess. I don't know.
Something. Or because she ran away.
And so Macy kind of figures this out, picks up the body, and Dolly is like no. Like, Dolly doesn't speak, obviously, but
No.
she's very flustered by this. And Macy picks up the body and just throws it. Now, this body probably outweighs Macy. I don't think she can bench that much.
Macy was tiny. Like skinny tiny.
Waifish. And she...
What?
Waifish. Waif. Didn't you ever heard that term? Waif? Like a tiny, skinny little...
Anyway.
So she uses this opportunity then to get out of this pit.
Wait, I thought she hit her really good with something.
Well, she gets the shovel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She gets the shovel and hits Dolly and breaks the porcelain mask
Yes.
a little bit. And we
But remember when I said Dolly was in the hole area and Macy had hit her, and I said, oh, she bent the
shovel.
the shovel, and then you're like, but wait,
But then in the
the
next shot,
handle, but it wasn't. In the next shot, it wasn't.
the
And you're
shovel's
like,
straight.
yeah, and you're like, no, it's a wooden stick. It wouldn't bend.
Well, okay, so continuity error. It's not the worst thing in the world, but at this
No.
point, I
No, I
was
thought it
just
was
like
funny.
on high alert for inconsistencies.
No.
But
We were ripping this movie.
well, so one of the things is Macy hits Dolly in the face, breaks some chunks off of this porcelain mask, and we see this charred face underneath. And I'm like, how is her head burnt and the rest of her body's not? Did she just burn her head?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe she just stuck her head in the oven because she was making like a Totino's pizza and it just...
I mean, we don't know. Obviously, there was something off with the parents.
They burned her head. It wasn't just
the head.
It wasn't just a paddling. It was a burning. And so she starts wailing on Dolly with this shovel. Dolly is now, quote unquote, unconscious, laying in the pit.
Oh my God. But Macy, the ring.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Bad decision
The
number
ring.
8,000. She
Fucking
okay.
Chase is fucking dead.
Okay. So there's nothing inherently wrong about her wanting to get her ring back.
Chase is fucking dead.
Yeah, but maybe she wants it to remember him by. I can grant that. What I can't grant is that you have this thing that's been tormenting you, trying to kill you, face down, unconscious in a pit, and you have a shovel. And what do? You You drop the shovel and jump into the pit to get your ring back.
Yeah. Nah.
You take the
No.
shovel and you bury it in the back of her head. You kill her
Yeah.
and then you take
Yeah.
her ring. But
Yeah.
no.
No. So she tries to get the ring, and of course, Dolly's not dead. Dolly grabs Macy's hand, and Macy, screams and blah, blah, blah. So Macy gets out of the hole, and at least she, makes a run for it. She finally gets out to like civilization, and here's a cop,
Park ranger.
He's
He's a park ranger.
and he's leaving a ticket on Macy's and Chase's truck.
No. That was another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
They
anyway,
had the Mustang.
that's right. So the park ranger is out there, and she's running, and the one thing that she does is she kind of like composes herself, and she's like, "There's a person with a doll mask." Like, she's not like running to
Like a porcelain mask, and she's coming after me and trying to kill me.
Let's go, and like it's really like she really acted normal finally in a situation like this, instead of but the guy is a fucking idiot.
So she describes what happened to her, and the guy gets on his walkie-talkie and is like, "You wouldn't believe this, Chief. We got another one that's talking about this porcelain mask." And the first thing I'm thinking is, you got another one? So other people have told you about some person in a porcelain mask that's trying to kill you, and you haven't investigated it?
But not just that. He's facing away from the woods, and the woman inside of the truck is yelling.
He tells her to get into the truck. He'll take care of this, and that's when he's calling it in on the radio.
And the woman in the truck, Macy, she's like, "Get in the truck, get in the truck, get in the truck." And here comes Dolly.
And I don't know what he was doing because the door was unlocked. He wasn't fumbling for the keys.
Yeah.
Because the keys were
I think he just literally like turned around to go into the truck. That's it. Just turn around.
And it took him like 5 minutes just to open a door.
And here Dolly
and get into the truck.
Chops his head off.
With a shovel. Takes his head clean off with the shovel.
Off. And then of course we see the keys on the ground. That was very obvious.
So Dolly is now trying to get into the car. Now, throughout this whole movie, like, we've established Dolly is really slow.
Yeah.
She doesn't run. She's kind of like Jason, where she just always catches somebody just by walking when the other person's running. And I'm there yelling while Dolly's trying to bash in the driver's side door. I'm like, just get out of the passenger side door. Make a run for it.
He really was.
You're faster. You're faster. Like, she's going to follow you. Every time I knock over the mic. She's going to follow you, just run around the car and grab the keys. Like, you could just keep outrunning this thing, like, forever.
Yeah. But no, that's not what happened.
Just seriously.
However, she did get the keys, gets the truck, starts it up, and there's Dolly right in front of the truck. And I'm like, just run. Just drive. Just drive her over.
And now here's the dumb decision by Dolly. Because Dolly's just standing in front of the truck with her hands up in the air like, no, don't. Meanwhile, all she's got to do is move slightly to the side. So, and Macy's just standing there like revving the truck like, I'm going to run you over. Now here's my redemption. I'm going to get you. And Dolly just stands there like, don't run me over, please. Well, spoiler alert, Macy runs her over.
She does. And the next 10 minutes of the movie is just Macy driving.
It's very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, she's driving away and you see a lingering shot behind her and she just starts like breaking out into maniacal laughter. And at this point, she escapes and our movie's over.
Oh, But we do get a after credits,
A post-credits
Yeah.
scene
which
that is almost irrelevant.
which was almost irrelevant, but they do say something about a second part.
Well, that was the theme song because you have this country music playing, and then we had the subtitles up because someone's deaf. In the subtitles, it's like it says like "Goodbye, folks. It is great watching this movie, and we'll see y'all in Dolly 2." You know, so Macy escapes. And this is our movie. Kind of final impressions. There was some stuff I really did genuinely like in this movie, like practical effects.
Oh,
I like the way it was shot. There was some stuff that worked, but I can't get over. There's always some bad decisions in horror movies, but I like the horror movies where they make like realistic decisions.
Exactly. I mean, they don't have to be perfect.
Like she had about probably 6 or 7 legitimate
Chances.
yeah. chances to escape that she didn't take. You know, somebody really wanted to survive. The first thing you do is see if you can open the window of the freaking room you're in.
Yeah,
Just see if it'll open.
but let's
it's-
put that in our scores.
Well, yeah, and
So-
but that was it did have its moments.
Yeah.
The practical effects were good.
Yeah.
They were going for something really visceral and extreme, and it just didn't hit that way. It was just like kind of okay.
So let's get into our scoring. If you are new here, hello, welcome.
Hi, new person.
We do our scoring into we split them up into 3 categories. The first category, the plot. So
Well, we
plot.
score on a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being just totally horrible, and 5 being like
the best.
transcendent.
So what do you think the plot give us?
Been there, done that. This kind of movie's been done before. It really started to remind me, and I think I even mentioned that. It reminded me of Incident in a Ghostland,
Yeah.
which is a far superior, far more brutal, visceral movie.
Very brutal.
And there wasn't really much original about this movie. I will give them some points for effort. I think they really tried. So I'm going to be generous and give it a 2 out of 5 paddlings.
That's a paddling.
So the plot, I really think it had some major holes.
Major.
I can appreciate what they were going for. I appreciate the effort, and I think a lot of it kind of worked for me. But then there were some continuity sequences that just didn't make sense. Like some areas were really well thought out, and then some were not, and that really bothered me. Like, if you're gonna put this much effort into a movie, yeah, it just I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 5 dolls.
Oh, that's easy.
I know, that was easy. All
right.
So our next category is acting and directing.
So I want to give this movie high marks for acting
Mm-hmm.
because it had some pretty big Sean
agree.
William Scott, you know.
Yeah. Big name.
The acting was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're doing acting and directing, you would think at some point the director, while he's directing this, is going, wait a minute, this makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. So I want to give the directing a 0, but the acting was really good. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of, and that's all acting.
Mm-hmm.
That's all acting. And that kept that score there. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 paddlings.
So I will give it a little bit higher just because, yes, the acting was superb. They both main actors did really, really good. Obviously, Dolly did really good, even though there isn't like there's no
Well,
speaking.
I think that was the worst, actually.
Really,
Yeah.
I thought.
Because she acted like every other hulking, menacing figure that doesn't talk and is mentally disturbed.
But I think they did it well. But Macy and Chase,
Chase. Close.
Um,
Shane. Chase.
I think they did really well. They are really good actors. Um, the directing, I think it was good directing. It's just poor execution. I think the directing was going the right way, but it just lack execution.
The directing was good. It just lacked direction.
No, I mean, I just
I know what you're trying to say.
yeah. I mean, I can give it an A for effort.
It's an
For
oxymoron.
for sure.
He's depressed because he eats because he's depressed. It's a vicious cycle.
I will give it a 3 out of 5 dolls.
Wow.
Yeah, and that is very generous. Very, very generous. The last score section, whatever you call it, it's rewatchability. And we've talked about this several times. This really has to do with, do we actually feel like this is a movie that we want to watch again? Whether it is because we think that we missed something, there is something else happening that we didn't catch the first time. And honestly,
Easter eggs, you know, that kind of stuff.
you go first.
There's no reason I'd want to watch this movie again. Because I mean, the plot wasn't that intricate. There was nothing you really missed. No clues. Everything was spelled out. It held your hand, which it didn't try to not hold your hand. It wasn't a movie that tried to throw you for a loop.
No.
I
mean,
I'm going to be generous because I can technically give it a 0. And I'm going to give it a 1 for rewatchability. I don't know why, but I don't think it's as bad as a 0. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 paddlings.
Yeah. A 1 seems fair. I think, again, like you said,
Is that what you're going to officially give it?
Yeah, there's no reason really to rewatch this unless you just like the scenery, you like the actors. I mean, there isn't really much to uncover, and yeah, a 1 out of 5 dolls seems generous enough.
So you gave it a 6 out of 15. I gave it a 5 out of 15.
Oh, this is
which we've seen. Look, we've seen worse movies.
Oh,
we have.
yeah.
It's not that it's a horrible movie.
It's not a bad movie.
But it tried so hard to be edgy, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
And I can't. I know it's a horror movie. I know you got to suspend disbelief, but I can't get over just some of the huge, just bad decisions and plot holes. And
I think the best thing that this movie had going for it, besides the main actress and the actor, was really the creepiness of the doll. Like, yeah,
and the practical effects.
Yeah.
If you want a good, mindless, basically slasher kind of abduction movie, this is what it is. But don't go into it with really high expectations. I didn't, but I was still just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, there was once or twice we paused this movie and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's still 45 minutes to go yet.
Yeah, it could have been quicker.
This movie could have been about an hour long and gone through everything it needed to go through. Yeah. Like the whole subplot of the dad being in the room, it was unnecessary. Yeah. It didn't advance the movie at all.
I think he wanted to give it an extra layer, but it just didn't work.
I think they wanted to throw some kind of twist in there of, haha, the guy that you released was the dad and he's not your
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
But it really didn't,
No.
it wasn't some kind of huge reveal, and it didn't advance the movie along at all. It could have been done without.
No.
It,
So,
anyway,
with that being said,
what time is
what
it?
time is it?
Game time.
And it is my turn tonight to come up with a game. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We need to drink from our horror chalices. I don't know what you call them.
Chalices. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers
So,
to the game.
This is when we get drunker.
More drunker stir.
More drunker. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so you have the game for me today.
Yeah. So, it is a kind of version of the March Madness that we did a few weeks ago
Okay.
for one of our podcasts.
Even though it's not March anymore.
No. So, we're going to be talking about the dumbest horror decisions
Oh, okay.
ever made. Which,
Awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
which goes really good with our theme. So we're gonna be doing brackets, and we're gonna choose. You can play at home too. We're gonna choose which decision we choose, and then go into semifinals and then to the final round. So
All right.
it's not very long and convoluted. We have 4 first matches.
All right.
Okay, the first one. Again, we're gonna be talking about decisions in horror movies. So
Mhm.
which one would you decide? And you have to tell me the number 1 rule is defend your decision.
Oh, okay.
Okay, first one. Let's split up versus I heard a noise upstairs. Which one would you choose and why?
Well, so if I hear a noise upstairs, I'm assuming the decision is to go up and explore it. Out of those two, I'm going to choose Let's Split Up.
Really?
Yeah, because if you go up and explore the noise, you're going towards the source of the noise. You're more likely to run into a problem doing that, as far as if you split up, you still have a chance of avoiding
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
So let's split up.
Okay.
Plus 2, if I'm by myself, then I only need to worry about myself. I don't need to drag anybody else's dumbass around with me.
My number 1 rule in any situation is stick together. I'm sorry. No, you're not leaving me. No.
Yeah, but I'm still
If
not
we're
going to
die,
go up.
we'll die
Look,
together.
you asked me what I would do. I'm telling you
Okay,
what I would do, so
okay.
shut up.
Okay, so you heard a noise upstairs. Are you going to investigate?
No.
Okay, match number 2, the second match. Okay. Keeping the creepy doll or reading the ancient Latin out loud.
Oh, keeping the creepy doll.
Yeah. I would do that.
Because the Latin, I mean, a la Evil Dead, could summon something horrible. The creepy doll, I'm assuming I could take.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Oh, I needed a pen. Do you have a pen?
Well, no, you can remember.
Okay.
You can remember. You should be able to.
Okay.
I can remember.
Number 3 decision, horror, because they're all bad decisions. I mean, no matter what you choose. Bad decision number 3, trusting the weird gas station guy
Okay.
or ignoring 47 red flags about the cabin.
Well, you have one creepy gas station guy. What was it? Trusting the creepy gas station guy?
Trusting the weird
Usually, I'm
gas
gonna
station guy.
trust the creepy gas station guy because usually he's right.
Yeah. I agree. I would agree. Would
Like
you?
like the two that come to mind are the creepy gas station guy in Children of the Corn, and he tried to steer him away, and then the creepy gas station guy in Cabin in the Woods.
Mm.
And at both times they were right. So
Okay.
I'm gonna trust the creepy gas station guy.
Last bad decision in this bracket: going back for the phone, or running upstairs instead of outside.
Well, it depends on where the phone is. If the phone is like in like near the bad guy, I'm probably gonna take running back upstairs because if nothing else, I'd have the high ground. I would make the killer come up the steps, and I would have the advantage there if I had a weapon. Or I could just do what she should have done in this goddamn movie and just jumped out the fucking window.
Yes, yes. Okay, all right. So, semifinals of really bad decisions.
Okay.
Let's split up versus keeping the creepy doll.
Oh, I'm gonna keep the creepy doll
Okay.
because I can take the creepy doll.
Yeah.
It's a freaking doll.
And then we have trusting the weird gas station guy versus running upstairs instead of outside.
I'm assuming that I'm taking the decision that's going to enable me to survive longer. That's how I'm playing this. I'm gonna trust the creepy gas station guy.
Okay. Here are the final round. It's keeping the creepy doll or
Yeah.
or trusting the weird gas station guy.
Oh, I'm gonna keep the creepy doll.
Okay.
That's like the easiest decision. Like that's why I never understood the Chucky movies. Like
I
you
agree.
should be able to take a doll
Yeah, but if it's possessed with the devil.
by a dude. It was possessed by a dude,
Okay.
a serial killer,
Okay.
with the strength of a doll.
And the size of the
Yeah.
doll.
Yeah.
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 So here is the dumbest horror decision ever made. There you go.
Well, no. It's not the
Well,
dumbest.
they're all dumb.
It's the smartest decision out of all the dumb decisions you could make. It's the smartest decision.
Do you agree or do you not?
You agree. Come on. This is just logic here. Like you keep the creepy doll. It's a freaking doll. You can just kick it.
But what if it's Annabelle?
Even better. Well, what Annabelle? It's a freaking doll.
It was possessed.
It's a doll.
Okay.
Like what kind of dumbass demon would possess a doll?
It has to
Like
go somewhere.
like I would possess like some professional athlete. Cause I'd be like, well, at least I'm strong and fast.
yeah. Okay.
Seriously.
So
anyway,
that is all we
that
have
is,
for
that
tonight.
is our episode for today. Check us out on our socials. Give us a rating. Give us a good rating. 5 stars because we are a 5-star podcast.
If you have any recommendations, make sure you let us know. We are very active on TikTok.
We
And-
will get to your recommendations even if it takes a while.
Yeah.
We will get to it because we got them written down because we got paper.
Yes, we do. We have paper.
So we will get to your recommendations. I know we have a couple out there we haven't gotten to yet, but we just decided that we wanted to just check out something on Shudder because
Yeah.
we saw some prospects on Shudder, and well,
Mm-hmm.
could have done without this one.
I do want to give a shout out to our new friend on TikTok, True Crime by Wife.
True Crime Wife by Jess.
By Jess.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
all
for
your
all the love and
interaction and in the
interaction.
live video. We're
Yeah.
definitely going to check out your podcast, and you guys should check out our podcast too.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming it's a true crime podcast because we just follow and document fake crimes. which are horror movies.
Horror movies. Yes. Yes. That's what we do. Okay. Well, with that,
We are
out.